Hey Game Changers, this is Coach Allie and I'm here today to teach you how to use GameChanger for your volleyball teams.
Okay, let's get started. Go ahead and grab your phone. You're going to open up the Play Store, search for GameChanger, and make sure that you select the GameChanger icon that is green and white. GameChanger's been around for more than 10 years in baseball and softball. So you'll see GameChanger Classic with the baseball threads right there in that icon. Be sure to choose the green and white. We've added multiple sports since the beginning of GameChanger, and you want to make sure that you're using the updated app. So go ahead and select the green and white icon. From there, you're going to put in your information, your name, your preferred email address, and that's how you're going to download the app. Once the app is open, yours won't look quite like this yet. It will be blank. I'm part of a number of teams, so you're going to see a lot of teams here. And eventually, depending on how many teams you're running, if you're a club director, yours will probably look like this. If you're not, then maybe you just have one team or two teams here. To create a new team, you're going to select the blue and white plus sign down in the bottom right corner. We're going to create a new team at the top. As you can see, we have tons of sports available here. We're going to scroll down and select volleyball. Today, I'm going to be creating a travel team, but you can see that you have other options here. I'm going to be working with a 14 and under team, and we are based in Los Angeles, California. As you start to type in your city, you'll see that it should auto-populate. So I'm going to select that first one, Los Angeles, California. And now I'm going to create our team name. So this is going to be Test Team LA 14 Black. I hit next. We're competing this spring 2023. And then I hit finish at the top right. Now I can start creating my roster. If you had a team last year and maybe it's the same group of kids that are playing again together, you can roll over that roster from your previous year. That's what that first option is for. But for me, new team, new year, I'm going to add that roster from scratch. Now you have an option to switch to a computer if you'd prefer to type this out with a keyboard, or keep using your phone. If you do switch to a computer, this is what will pop up. You will be getting a link emailed to you. You'll select that link from your email. It will automatically take you to the GameChanger homepage for your team. And then you can go ahead and use your keyboard to type in your roster. You could also do that with your schedule. For me, I'm going to show you how to keep using this device. We're going to add a player. I'm going to add myself to this team. Name, number, that's it. Hit save. I think that took less than 5 seconds. I'm going to add another player. The great Tori Van Winden, one of my coworkers, 4-time All-American, not a bad teammate to have. So you can continue to add players from here until you get your roster finished. Again, you can see how quick this happens. I've added 3 players in less than 15 seconds. It does not take very long. It's super user-friendly. After you complete your roster, or if you want to come back to it later, you'll hit next at the top right. Now you're going to add your staff. Since I created the team, I'm already listed as a staff member. As you can see in the parentheses, you can have up to 4 staff with each team. To add a staff member, you hit that blue button, and then you go ahead and type in their email address. Once you type in their email address, they are going to get an email that gives them a link. They hit the link, it will take them directly to the app. They'll sign up for the app and they will automatically be added to this team. So you type in their email, hit the blue check mark on the top right, and now that staff member has been added to the team. You'll click finish at the top right hand corner. Just a side note, for me with staff, when there's 4 and I'm working with a club team, typically the club director gets listed on all of the teams as one of the staff members. Head coach would be a second one, assistant coach if you have one, and then usually the team parent. That's what I've seen done. Obviously, you can do whatever you like. For a school, for oversight, sometimes I will see athletic directors listed as one of those staff members. We click Finish. If you click on Team, which is the second choice there, you have Schedule, Team, and Video. If you click on Team, you'll see your roster show up. Something to keep in mind about your staff members, all 4 team staff for each team will receive full access, free access to all of the features within the app. More on that a little bit later, but keep that in mind when you're selecting who your 4 staff members will be and how they're best going to utilize the app. Next, we're going to click on Schedule at the left side of Team. And now I can start adding events. If you hit Add Event, we have a tournament this weekend. We are playing at 8 a.m. I'm going to select Opponent. We're going to play SG Elite 14 National. I will then select their team name in blue. On the Location tab, you'll touch Location, and you can start to type in where you're playing. And it's going to automatically sync to your maps. For us, we're playing at Open Gym Premier. I can see it as the first choice there in Anaheim, California. So I will select that. And then at the top right, I'm going to hit that blue check mark at the top of the page. So this way, I don't have to text my family separately for the address. I don't have to direct them to a website. They can simply come into this event page and see the location and the map readily available to them. I can put the game duration, 1 hour. I want them to arrive 45 minutes before the match. I can save it. And now I can put notes. For example, we're going to be on court B3. And remember to bring both jerseys. So you can write little notes there. Maybe there's notes on the location, like no outside food, whatever it might be, parking $10, whatever is happening there. That's it. Just takes a few seconds. And then at the top right corner, you see the blue check mark. Hit that. Now you have the option to message the team or not. If I'm just entering the schedule for the entire season, I'm not going to message the team. But I always message the team when I'm learning of a match change day of. For example, let's say you just finished pool play and maybe you have a crossover match or you're going into playoffs, so you don't know that schedule ahead of time. This is a great opportunity to click Save and Message Team. As soon as you put that new game in there and you click Save and Message Team, the entire team is going to get a message updating them. And this is what it looks like. The standard message is, please take a look at this game update, but obviously you can add to it. We will be on court A1. Be there by 12:15, let's say. Whatever it happens to be. So you can always change that update to fit whatever you want your team to know. Hit the check mark at the top right. And there's your schedule. You'll go ahead and add your entire season schedule from there on out. For me, sometimes I do it day of, especially when we don't know who we're playing. So when our regions put out the schedule the week of, what I'll usually do is create a placeholder. I'll show you how I do that. Click that plus button at the bottom right. Select your date. Or maybe it's an all-day event. I'll show you how to do that too. You see where it says all-day event? I can select that button so it toggles on. We're going to keep our opponent as TBD, but maybe I'm going to put Las Vegas Classic, let's just say. And then I'll just keep that check mark. And that's going to add that placeholder to my schedule. So at least teams can start to plan. But obviously you can go back in once you know who your opponents are and start adding the details from there. All right, so not only can you add games, you can also add practices. So go ahead and hit that plus icon on the bottom right. And at event type on the top left, tap that, and now you can select practice or game. I love to do this because we can keep our entire calendar here for my players. So let's say we have practice 7 to 9 p.m. We're going 2-hour practice. Make sure they're there a little bit early. Maybe we're at a new location, wherever it happens to be. Hit that check mark after you type it in. Map will pop up. Maybe there's specific notes. Maybe you want to remind them to bring their water bottle. Maybe they're young. To bring water bottle. Okay. Hit the check mark. Practice is there. Message team or don't message team, up to you. And now that practice is added to the schedule. Now, once you have your schedule input and your team roster there, you want to make sure that your team knows about this app. You want to make sure their parents know about the app and any fans that they might have. So up in the top right corner, you see the little gear shift for settings. To the left of that, we have the share icon. Go ahead and click on that. And you can see your different options here. I can directly message somebody if I hit my messaging app, or I can hit my email app. What I like to do at the top left is just hit copy. That's going to copy the link. From here, if you have a current group chat that you're using with your teams, go ahead and put this link in the group chat. Or you can email it out to everybody, or you can go ahead and text everyone. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put that in one text to everybody. This is what it will look like. I'm sending it to myself just so you can see it. This is the message everyone will now get. Allie wants you to join this team on GameChanger. They'll go ahead and hit this link, and it's going to take them straight to the team. Now, for me, I'm already a member of GameChanger, so it takes me directly to the team itself. For anyone who does not have the app, it's going to take them to the first page of the app so they can actually sign up for the app. If you send this to a parent or somebody who's not a player, the message they will get once they join the app will be, are you a family member or are you a fan? If they choose family member, they will then be prompted to select which player is their relative. Once that happens, you as a staff member are going to receive a notification that says, is Larry Carey a family member of Allie Carey? And then you get to approve or deny that person. This is a way that we add a little bit of a security feature to our app compared to just having anyone and everyone be able to see your kids once you start recording video and live stream and be part of your team. You have to approve them for them to be accepted. So now your app is set up and ready to go. You've shared it with your players and their families. You'll start to see fans. So if you click on your team spot, you can see roster is highlighted. If I click fans, this is where I would start to see people show up. If you don't want to share the link, you can also hit this little plus icon and then start putting your contacts in directly from your phone. Now it's time to stream your games. If I click on this first event here versus SG Elite 14 National, you will see this page come up. So you'll want to set up one device to stream the game, and you'll want to use another device to score the game. To score the game, hit the blue Score Game button, and it's going to ask you if you're ready to start this game. Let's do it. Now, we have a new serving feature in here where you can start to track serves. This helps keep you in rotation, and we're going to be building out more volleyball features from here, but this is a start. We are serving first, so I'm going to select us. Now from here, it's very self-explanatory. Let's say SG sides out. I hit point, it shows up, that's it. Let's say we side out, point, and now we're serving. I'm going to hit that serve button, and I get to select my server. Mariah's our setter, she's serving first. Let's say she gets an ace. We get another point. Awesome. Play out the rally, we get another point. Yay! We know that Mariah is serving this whole time because SG has not sided out yet. Let's say they finally get it back. So point for SG. And then we side out again. Point for us. And now we're serving. And now it's Tori's serve. Very easy to use. You don't have to use the serve option if you don't want to. You can just keep scoring point, 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 point. Usually what we do is I will set up one device, like maybe I'll use my own iPad as a coach. I'll set it up on a tripod to stream the game live. And then maybe I'll ask a parent or an assistant coach to go ahead and do the score. Once your game is finished, you would hit end set 1 at the top in the middle, and then select end set 1 again to confirm it. And then we play the next set. Once the match is over, you will hit exit at the top left in blue. When you hit exit, now you have the option to select match over, or you can close and resume later. Maybe you are stepping away from the game, or maybe somebody else is going to take over scoring. For me, I'm going to select match over, and that's the end. When you get to this page, you can hit the X at the top left, and now you can see that we won that game, and that will be reflected on your schedule. Okay, so I am here in a gym with one of my teams. I'm going to show you how to go live. I have created a scrimmage for Thursday, January 5th. I'm going to click on that. You can see that score game and go live show up right away. I'm going to hit that go live button. At the same time that I'm doing this, one of my players is standing next to me and he is going to hit score game. So again, you're going to use 2 different devices to live stream and score. I'm going to go ahead and hit go live. And you'll see this screen pop up. It'll say broadcast live video. Go ahead and hit that. And now we are live. You can see that there is a score overlay at the top of the screen. So if my player who's scoring hits point, you will see that the point will pop up on the top. Go ahead. Simple as that. There's about a 5-second delay for the points. Let's say my team sided out and we are serving right now. I can select my server. We're watching this rally play out. And point for the other team. So again, super simple situation here. Point, 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 point. That is it. When you are done, you will hit end at the top right. It'll ask you if you're sure. It'll say hit end live video. And then you'll close that screen. And that's it. You have video. You will immediately see that video pop up as soon as you're done filming. If I tap on that, I can watch the playback right away. You see the score overlay at the top. If you turn your phone horizontally, then you can see that full screen. And again, the score overlay will pop up. This is the same view that your fans who are watching at home will be watching. They'll see it live. For us in this archive, this is where the app has some cost. So again, for your 4 staff members, you can go into this archive and it's completely free. If your players or fans or family members go to look at the archive, there is a fee involved. For a basic membership, it is $5 a month, and a premium membership is $10 a month. There are different features within the app depending on the sport that you are following. Again, since volleyball is fairly new, we are going to have limited features. The live stream and the archive, along with clipping capabilities, are the major features right now for volleyball. As I showed you earlier, you do have the serving option where you can start to track play-by-play. This is a great tool for seeing how many points are scored in which rotations, how many points are lost in which rotations, and that's just a way for you to start tracking that type of data. The GameChanger pricing structure that is current. As you can see, we have free live stream and score, like I said. If you want to grab that plus membership, it's under $5 a month. That's where you can get that play-by-play and the scores. And then if you go up to the premium, it is under $10 a month, and that gives you access to all the video archives. What's really cool about this and what you want to think about is this is good for every single team you follow on GameChanger. So for example, both of my daughters play club volleyball and soccer and rec basketball. So my parents can follow both of their volleyball teams, their basketball teams, their soccer teams, and it is still just $10 a month. That gives them access to all the archives for every single game. So let's say they were not able to watch the game live. They can go back to the archive, unlimited games, unlimited views, every single sport. Fun features in this app that you want to know about are going to include the messaging feature. At the top in white and blue, you can see Message Team. That's a quick button that you can select, or at the bottom where it says Messages. If I use the top and say Message Team, I can select Team Chat or Email. If I select Email, this is going to go to all of the team and family members who are listed on this team account. What I like to do is, if it's something quick like, reminder, practice is starting 20 minutes early, I'm just going to put something like that in the team chat. But maybe if it has to do with travel or flight or hotel information, I'm going to put it in the chat and I'm going to email. So for right now, it's just a casual message. I'm going to select Team Chat. And now I can update the team. Hey, squad. Reminder. Show up 15 minutes early tonight for extra setting reps. I send that, the whole squad will get that. Let's say you only want to chat with your setters. If I click on messages at the bottom, all of my messages are going to show up. On the bottom right, where you have the little note option with the pen and the paper, I'm going to click on that. Now I'm going to select which team I'm going to message. Again, I have a ton of teams here. I'm going to select a demo team here. And now I can choose who I'm sending the message to. At the top right, I'm going to click Next. And now I can message just those two players. Okay. So that's another good feature to use if you just want to send a private message to a couple of players. Maybe it's just hitting practice, whatever it happens to be, and that way you don't have to message the entire team at once. Another feature for your roster, if you click on Team, is the photos. So if I go to Tori, I can then click on Edit at the top right corner. I can select the camera icon on the little silhouette at the top. I can either take a photo, so I could do this at practice one day or at a tournament one day or photo day, whatever you happen to have, or I can choose from my gallery if I already have a picture. There she is right there. I can adjust that circle, crop the picture in the top right, hit crop. That's it. Save it. Done. Picture has been added to the roster. When you go back and look, it'll refresh and you'll see that picture pop up. There she is. Another really helpful feature is the emergency contact feature. When you are in your roster, click on a player and you can see the red plus sign where it says add emergency number. Click on that and you can go ahead and put a parent's phone number in there, guardian, whoever it might be. Save it. Now we have an emergency number that is readily available for you, so you don't have to go digging through your files to find the medical forms. When you're done, you'll go ahead and hit that little blue arrow on the top left corner. It'll take you back to the roster, and you can continue doing that for all of your players.
So there's another option here. When you go live, you can control your audience. So when you click go live, as the screen starts to load, what you're going to see is on the bottom right corner, you have a button that says audience, and it says anyone. you can click on that button and select if you want anyone to be able to watch this or only your players and family. This helps you if you don't want your fans to watch the video, you only want family to be able to watch maybe a practice or something like that, then you can hit this button. Video clips. This is another great feature that we have. If you are on your homepage, you see schedule, team, and video. You click on video, this is where all your archives show up. So let's say that I want to pull some clips together for the girls. I click on the video. Let's say I'm going to a specific point in the game. And if you tap on the screen, you can see that little record screen button. You push that. Now it's going to give you the option if you want to start recording or not. I'm going to say start now. Now we'll go ahead and watch this rally. Maybe you just want to clip middle blocker footwork or serve receive. Your clip doesn't have a time limit. Once you make the clip, you will hit stop record. Once you're done recording, you'll go ahead and hit that X in the top left corner. Now you can go ahead and message your team and send them the clip. So click that message team button. Of course, this is if you're sending it to the whole team. And maybe you'll let them know, remember to get to your base on defense. Maybe that's what's in the clip. You hit the little paper clip on the left, attach your screen recording, hit the arrow with the circle on the right, and there's your video. Go ahead and hit that blue arrow, and it'll send that message to the team directly. Often use this feature to send to individual players or a group of players. I use this quite a bit with our blockers, so I'll take video at practice and I will send a clip to a middle blocker like, hey, remember to open up with your right foot when you're blocking on the outside, or, you know, maybe my wing blockers, hey, let's bring it in, remember to close, or ball hitter, ball setter, ball hitter, whatever it is that you're working on. It's a really great way to send quick feedback to your players. So let's say that you are going to scrimmage another team at practice and you want to record that. Up here at the top, you can see the event type. I'm going to leave game, but to the right, you see scrimmage. Hit that little button, toggle that on. Now you can add your opponent, everything else, etc., that you already know how to do. Once you do this and you save it, you'll see that it appears over here. Now, something I want to point out is with a scrimmage, your scrimmage win or loss will not affect your overall record. So at the top of the page where it lists your record, your scrimmages are not going to be included in that. So that's why it's important to differentiate if you are scrimmaging at practice versus a regular practice. If you're actually playing and you want to track that and record that and score that, be sure to hit that scrimmage button.
Another cool feature is the RSVP feature. When you are in your schedule, if I click on practice, you will see at the top a question that says, are you going? This is what your players' parents will see. They can click going or not going. We will click going. Now, as a coach, when I scroll down to the bottom of this schedule, I will be able to see my player and staff RSVPs for the event. Another feature available to you for your live stream is to turn off the microphone. Usually people like to hear what's going on in games. Friendly reminder for anybody recording that they can be heard by the audience that's watching at home. So just keep that in mind. But let's say that I'm recording a practice and I don't necessarily want everybody at home listening to everything that's being said. If that's the case, when you click on your event, so I'm going to select practice and I'm going to go live. When I do this, you will see that on the bottom left side of your screen, you have a little microphone. you can simply select that, and that will mute your video. Things to keep in mind when you're using this app. Number one, when you go to live stream and score, make sure that you have two separate devices, one for scoring, one for live stream. With one user account, you are allowed to sign into up to 2 devices. So if I personally have an iPad as well as a phone, I can use those two to stream and score. Number 2, when you have family members and players affiliated with the team, any one of those people can stream and or score for you. What I like to do as a coach is designate the parent that's going to stream or the player that's going to stream and designate who's going to score. If you don't do that, you might have multiple people trying to go live and trying to score at the same time, and that's not going to work. You would get an error prompt that says, somebody else is scoring this game, do you wish to take over? And that can cause some confusion sometimes with our parents. So for me, I either do it myself or have my assistants do it, or I try to designate a parent that's going to live stream and another parent that's going to score. When you're using the app, you want to make sure that you have a good Wi-Fi connection and that your internet is healthy. When you hit go live, you'll be able to see a button in the bottom right corner that shows you whether or not you have a healthy internet stream happening. A little workaround that I have found when I'm in major convention centers, if the Wi-Fi that is set up in the convention center isn't working for you, there are devices called MiFis. These are personal Wi-Fi devices that you can purchase for anywhere from $100 to $300. They can provide internet for up to 12 devices, in my experience, within a court space or a couple of different courts. And typically most phone companies run anywhere from $30 to $50 a month to have that Wi-Fi service on your MiFi. For your teams, you will have staff members and players. When you click on the Fans tab, you will see your fans and your family members. Keep in mind that family members will be able to see all team messages. If you message a team, it will go to all staff, all players, as well as all family members. So if you want to exclusively message only your players or only your staff or only parents or specific players, make sure you use that messaging feature where you can select who on your team you want to message. You'll also notice that you have fans following your team. For someone to follow your team, they can search through GameChanger, look for your team name, and follow as a fan. Once they do that, they will be able to see your live streams. They will not have access to your team messaging or personal information. If you don't want your fans to be able to see your live stream of your practices or your games, make sure that when you hit the Go Live button, you select the Audience tab that's on the video and choose who your audience is going to be. That's your opportunity to select only family and players would be able to see it, or if you want it open to all fans. Keep in mind that having fans is an awesome recruiting opportunity. If you have players that are being scouted by certain college coaches or they're trying to get their videos out there, all they have to do is share the link or tell their coaches that they're on GameChanger. So a university coach can go ahead and follow as a fan and be able to watch those games for free in real time on that live stream. Another great way to use the archive is with that screen recording feature where you can record clips. This is a really fast and simple way to create reels for all of your social media. Keep in mind that your live stream is not being recorded to your phone. So great news is it's not going to take up all that data in memory, but if you are looking to upload that video to another platform or use it somewhere else, maybe just put it on your computer, you are going to need to either use a separate device and film the game, or if you have something like a GoPro, then you can stream the game with your internet connection as well as save it to that GoPro camera. Lastly, there are community passes available. This is where you can buy a package for the entire team to be able to view the archives and use every feature of this app. As always, the live stream and score is absolutely free to anyone who's watching, But if you do want to utilize the extra features and be able to view the archives, take advantage of the clipping capabilities and everything that's on the horizon for GameChanger Volleyball, then you would want to go ahead and have a membership. If a community pass is something that you're interested in, feel free to contact me and I can go through pricing and explain what that would entail. So that's it, Game Changers. Feel free to reach out anytime if you have questions. I'm happy to help you. I can also do a private training via Zoom or a webinar for your coaches, families, staff, kids, whatever will help you. I'm willing to do that. You can see my contact information on the next slide. Have a great day and good luck this season.